Hibike Euphonium feels real. It's experiential in its narrative by telling a bland story extraordinarily through its details and nuances. It makes something as simple as a hike become ethereal, and it's things like that make Euphonium different. Eupho's goal isn't to tell its audience about an underdog band program fighting for gold. No, it's much deeper and much more important than that. It's an exploration of people and community, of relationships that have blurred lines and those that seem forever broken. It's about Kimiko growing up with all this around her, about how a passive euphonium player comes out of her shell to find her agency. She's introduced as someone who keeps things to herself, just an observer and never actively seeking anything, just existing within her passivity. She has played music all her life but didn't care about joining band when she got to high school. And when she finally joined, she didn't even want to play the euphonium. She just continually tried to avoid it. It's why the final scene with Kimiko and her sister is so impactful. Because as Kimiko goes through her growing pains of loving music and her sister, we go from this.
入るよ。うわ、暑い。ちょっとクーラーくらいつけな。ご飯。今いらない。あんたちゃんと勉強してんの？お姉ちゃんに関係ない。部活ばっかして。今から真面目に勉強しておかないと大学入れないよ。お姉ちゃんなんて受験で水部やめたくせに希望の学校行けなかったじゃん。意味ないよ。うるさいな。音大行くつもりないのに水部続けて何か意味あるの？ある。意味あるよ。どんな意味よ？だって私 UFO 好きだもん。は？私 UFO が好きだもん。偉いね。
To this.
お姉ちゃん！久美子。お姉ちゃん！私 UFO 好きだよ。お姉ちゃんがいたから私 UFO 好きになれたよ。お姉ちゃんがいたから吹奏楽好きになれたよ。お姉ちゃん大好き。私も大好きだよ。
And that's character development at its most pure and relatable. Kimiko and Mamiko are no longer angry. Despite not winning gold, Kimiko is able to play the music she loves and finds tranquility in that. She's able to express her love to her sister in their final scene, not with anger as she did before. Mamiko's acceptance of Kimiko's dreams and feeling allow her to come full circle as well. We've reached this point organically, following Kimiko learning from herself and the relationship she made in band. Each major conflict giving her a lesson that she needed to become the person she was at the end. Whether it's Reina inspiring her or Asuka showing her why you can't have regrets, Kimiko has grown because of it. She's able to love concert band because of it. She's able to love the euphonium because of it. And she is finally able to love and understand her sister because of it. And that's what Eupho is. It's a collection of moments that construct a beautiful narrative about characters you can care about and relate to. It's scenes like Kimiko listening to Asuka play music, having a pink sunset over the river. Nothing is said, only the sound of wind and music is used. Each cut features a different shot from around Uji as Asuka plays a song that is later learned to be the title of the show, Hibike Euphonium. We experience the same music that Kimiko is, watching the same sunset as her and feeling the same warmth from Asuka's euphonium. Its dedication and craftsmanship is hallmark, and it's evident every episode. Every angle, animation, script decision, it all feels so deliberate. The directors are always trying to tell us something. They're using the medium to its fullest capacity. And visual storytelling is something that Eupho has mastered. Almost every cut has information about the narrative, and one of the best examples of this is a conversation between Kimiko and Asuka regarding Nozomi's situation with the band. We start with a shot of Asuka and Kimiko with their reflection of glass in the background, as Asuka begins to tell Kimiko everything about Nozomi and Mizuta's conflict. She is stunned, and we get a close-up shot of her surprised face. After a shot of Mizuta, we cut to both Asuka and Kimiko's teacups, both filled with tea before Asuka's pick hers up to drink. We then switch to a defeated-looking Kimiko who's at the bottom of the screen, leaving a lot of negative space for all that she has to think about. We then cut to a shot of Nozomi and then back to Asuka's teacup. But now it's empty and she's said all that she needs to say. Asuka then leaves Kimiko with the decision that she has to make. The scene closes with Kimiko looking down at her full teacup, with her reflection staring back at her as she contemplates what to do, bringing us full circle. It's all handled with a care and touch that embodies the art is trying to portray. It expresses things beyond words and is immersive with a show-don't-tell approach. When directors, animators, and staff put so much love into something, it shows. KyoAni loves these characters as much as I do. They want us to understand them, and they want us to live next to them, not necessarily through them. Eupho is to be experienced, not passively watched. It's almost as if it's trying to drag you into its world. A lot like how Kimiko was, to be a part of that world, not just a passive observer. These touches help make connection points with its themes. Themes of self-improvement, finding your passion, mending relationships, and different kinds of love. These messages connected with me in a way I think only Clannad did, and that's about the highest praise I can give anything. This story made me feel, and it made me think about myself. I went through a lot of self-evaluation seeing Kimiko grow and work hard. I connected with this story and what it wanted to tell me. I empathize with these ideas because I've lived them. Seeing her wake up early to practice her music made me power through a lot of all-nighters that I might not have otherwise. I saw someone trying to improve in the same way I wanted to. I saw her mess up in the same ways I have. And it meant something to me to experience that in a medium I hold so dear. And it meant even more to see the care put into it by the staff at Kyoto Animation. They cared about this personal story that meant so much to me. I would be doing myself an injustice if I didn't mention the other big connection point I had with the series. Kimiko and Reina's relationship. Regardless if you think they were in love or was just Yuri bait, these moments they shared together were real. The way they confided in each other was real, and it reminded me of what it felt like to be in love. The spell you get put under and how someone can capture you. The comfort of being yourself around the person you love, putting down that mask you have for the rest of the world. How Kimiko always undercut Reina's serious attitude with small jokes and jabs. How Reina was always looking for Kimiko. How they always support each other's goals, and how they always kept each other on their toes. Always surprising the other when they don't expect it. That's love. They remind me what it feels like to be in love, and I would argue there's no better connection to characters in love. It's a language universal to us all, no matter race, gender, creed, origin, sexual orientation. Love is something to be understood and connected with. It is a window to characters' humanity and allows us to empathize in ways that we otherwise wouldn't. And so few anime actually portray those parts of love, where that mutual love makes you better and having a partner to push and inspire you goes such a long way. One of my favorite ideas bounced around in this series is, who do we play music for? And growing up in a house of musicians while not being one myself made this hit particularly close to home. Music is a profound expression of love and art, so playing music with someone and for someone is deeply personal, and its poignancy should never be understated. Kimiko and Reina have done both, most notably in the peak of Mount Daikichi, where they played the song The Place Where We Found Love. And Reina plays her solo for Kimiko in the Kansai competition, telling her that none of the other solos will even come close. And what immediately came to Kimiko's mind when Reina played that solo was the first time she was captured by her, at the top of Mount Daikichi, the place where they found love. The beauty in that is what Eupho is. It captures the essence of life with a profundity that resonates deeply. It's a story threaded with love and human moments that's crafted so eloquently through its experiential storytelling. It is a slice of life, just that, showing us just how hard and how beautiful life can be. How to live is to love and to love is to dream. Eupho just doesn't want to tell us a story. It wants us to experience one. It wants to leave us with something. That's why Hibike Euphonium was important to me. The things I learned about myself and people watching it I'll never forget. It's forever an important piece of art to my constitution of self. It's why I love Hibike Euphonium. And this is my confession of love.